You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. G.I. Joe Skoda, co-founder of social media shows, founder of GI Connections, military veteran, so forth and so on. You know, I, like most of you, have had your ups and downs over the years, over our lifetime. Maybe as kids, we thought we had it bad. It wasn't so bad as it turned out as we get older. Like, that wasn't so bad. At least we ate and had food on the plate and shelter and a place to sleep. Now, a lot of us run into struggles in life and challenges, and sometimes we feel that we've been treated unfairly. Things didn't quite go our way. We did not get the promotion or opportunities that others did. But what about your friends and family members that went on vacations that maybe you and I or our parents couldn't afford to take us on? A little frustrated, but those things happen in life. Now, I know myself as a child, sometimes I got a little bitter, disappointed, felt let down, and didn't quite see the big picture. That my parents were doing the best that they could. They couldn't afford to take us on vacations and have all those nice things. Had a lot of hand-me-downs and secondhand clothes and other things. But we were taken care of. Me and my two younger brothers were taken care of just fine. I just did not realize it at the time. Now, as I progressed through the military, had a wonderful 21-year career. Wonderful. Wasn't all wonderful because I've been promoted over time and time again. And I had a little chip on my shoulder, a little resentment of the establishment or the man, they could say, whatever it was, and didn't understand why they were getting the promotions and recognition and I wasn't. In fact, one day I was enlisted person. I think as a staff sergeant at the time, and a lot of us young NCOs or airmen would always make fun of the officers. Just get out of college, starting off in their military career. We always joked that they didn't know anything. What do they know? They just went to school and the paperwork, and all of a sudden they're in charge. And a lot of us were resentful and bitter because these, in a lot of cases, younger people were telling us what to do without the experience we had. But one day I had one of those lieutenants who was my boss, and when I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, he said, "Hey, Joe, why are you mad that I am where I am when you too can be here also?" Me? I can be there. Why would I want to be like you? Well, quite frankly, the officers appointed over us made more money, had a few more privileges, better incentives, more opportunities arise for them than most of us enlisted folks. And he told me, this got me thinking, he says, "You can have what I have if you're willing to do the work that I did to get here." I can have what someone else has if I'm willing to do the work to get there. Wonderful. Have you ever thought about that? Now, Maria Perez and myself, who founded social media shows, we started with empowerment with Maria and Joe many, many moons ago. It was a lot of fun. But most recently, every time we call each other, and I'll ask her, "Maria, how you doing?" She's like, "Hey, Joe, I'm getting better and better each day and every moment." She says, "Hey, Joe, how are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting better and better each and every day." You understand that's an attitude that you and I have a decision or a choice over, or we can make any time, regardless of the circumstances? I'm getting better and better. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It was a learning experience. Didn't matter what happened years ago. It was part of my journey to greatness. You and I can choose to get better and better every day. Now, sure, we're going to have a little hiccups. We're going to fall back because sometimes we're going to stumble. We're just not going to want to get out of bed for whatever reason. And that's okay. That's okay because when we're ready, we can't repeat the day before us, let alone just 10 minutes earlier, or we can become better from this moment on. If getting better is reading a book to get our minds going, or maybe back to school, starting your entrepreneur journey, entrepreneur like Maria and I have done, or whatever the case may be, starting a family. Maybe you messed up with your first two or three kids, but the fourth one, you're going to get it right. You and I can make a decision right here, right now, today, that we're going to be better than yesterday. Maybe we're starting a new job. Maybe we're retiring or forced to retire, not just unemployed or underemployed, whatever the situation is. Take hold of that. If you're underemployed and don't know what to do with your free time, no one's hiring you, learn a new skill. I don't care if it's baking bread in the oven. Learn a new skill, something that you can use. In fact, just yesterday, me and a friend of mine were hanging some screen doors, security doors around my house. Something I could have done myself. I got some concrete and some things to screw the wall. I don't have all the tools I used to have. So I worked together, made pretty much a 5 or 6 hour day out of it, and just hanging things up and talking and chatting. And we were both becoming just a little better. Not necessarily the different skills of hanging things up, maybe a little bit, but the communicating, the networking, the sharing of ideas, the sharing of what was me back there, and I'm going, what was me over here? And kind of look where we are today. I've had a lot of iffy situations in my life, including time living in a homeless shelter. And at the time, sure, I was bitter. Sure, I was resentful. Sure, I had a little, I don't know, hatred built up. But meeting the right people, networking, changing my attitude, changing my mindset, let me think a little bit differently, a little more positive. Do you realize you and I have to make a decision to live positive? Think positive thoughts in our mind, despite the negativity that may be all around us? And we all have negativity all around us. But what are you doing with it? Use it as learning opportunity. Get away from those people trying to pull you down. You understand, in most situations, our friends and family don't want us to succeed too fast above them or too far where they can't keep up. Some of them do and really love and embrace what you're doing for them. But a lot of cases, we're not getting that. A lot of situations, people kind of want to hold you down to their level. Not necessarily control you, just to give them a reason for not striving to be just a little better themselves. Are you learning those new skills? Are you getting online, learning how to site, or I don't care, buy and sell goods? Like I said, make that bread, maybe teach someone English as a second language, whatever it is. Because we get better as we teach and coach others, as we mentor other people trying to make it in this world. Now, I have a long way to go to where I want to be and the different successes that I expect for myself. But I'm not going to blame you or you or you if I don't get there in my time. My time is when God said it's my time. I have to be for what God says. Okay, I'm ready to give you all I got right now. I'm ready to bless you over and over again. Are you ready? You prepared? Have you done the work to be able to accept what I have to give you? You understand, we have a wonderful and grateful God. And too many of us want to get rich quick. Too many of us want the blessings today. Too many of us want. I had this conversation with my son just yesterday. And he has this, well, pretty much expensive car bill, auto repair bill he has to take care of the next couple of days. And it just so happened, it's kind of spent $1,000, but just so happened it came into just enough money or enough money coming in to cover it. Not the money he wants to do other things, but just enough that he needs to ensure the repairs are done, to ensure he has transportation a few days from now, to ensure he can look for work or go to work on a more regular basis. once we just accept the blessings that we do have, once we understand there's a bigger picture that you and I may never understand, once we realize the earth does not revolve around us, let alone the sun or anyone else, we can sit back, we can relax just a little bit better. We can put on a funny looking hat. And in fact, maybe upgrade to your life's getting better and better hat and just enjoy what comes on around us. Dodge a couple bullets here and there, adapt, and learn how to dance with that negativity or creativity around you and make your life just a little better. You know, let's face it, we don't have to live in a stressful environment all the time. I know I hear it all the time, and we hear that too. And a lot of people who may end their lives, they often get criticized because they'll tell us, just save your money, just work hard, just do this. And a lot of us complain like, well, it's easier for you to save because you have the money. Do you understand? You and I can maybe not make $1 billion a year, maybe not even make $1 million, but you and I can live like millionaires. You and I can still enjoy the freedoms and some of the lifestyles that some of those others have. We have the haves and have-nots in society, sure we do, but there is opportunity everywhere. How do you know where the opportunity is? Look for a need and feel it. When Marie and I put social media shows together, sure, just another social media thing like YouTube or something else, or using Facebook. But what we did, we started with little podcasts and gave other people who are up and coming and wanting to share ideas and didn't know where to go a platform to show off what they want to talk about. Maybe making that bread in the oven, maybe financial advice, maybe here's the best music of the day. Some of our shows are a little silly, but that's okay. That's the point. Giving you an opportunity to be silly, be creative, be thoughtful, inspirational, motivational. You choose it. Just be respectful of others and their time. See, that was an event we were kind of forced to well, we networking, but forced into an entrepreneur relationship. We became good friends later on, and our network's growing. Have we made mistakes along the way? You better believe we have. If you see some of our earlier videos, well, you know, we could be really bitter over that, but we're not taking anything down because that's part of our journey. That's part of what we had to go through to get where we are. You and I have to go through stuff in life that we may not like, we may not enjoy. It may be losing a friend, a loved one, and there's a lot of ways to lose people, as you know. But you and I have to choose, are we going to get better or are we going to get bitter? Have some really good friends I've met along the way. And some people I thought were good friends kind of disappeared. Maybe you've experienced some of that yourself. Anyways, you're looking for a mentor, a coach? Reach out to me. JosephSkoda.com. JosephSkoda.com. Reach out to me. Let me know how I can help you, or you can help me not be bitter anymore in my own life. Nothing's perfect, but if you find someone that kind of your yin to your yang, or yang, you know what I'm talking about, that compliments you, that helps you get to that next level. Hey, I had to find someone to help me get to that next level. And I'm always searching for someone else to help me just a little more, to help me just a little more. And sometimes as I'm interviewing people, I get little tidbits, little golden nuggets, something that takes me where I never thought I could be. Hey, we only have one life to live. Make it count. Seriously, make it count. Life really can be great. You, young lady, young man, have to make that decision for yourself. Look me up, josephskoda.com. Tell Maria I said hi, and everyone else, And if you're looking for a place to share, like I'm doing right here, right now, reach out to us at socialmediashows.com and you'll learn, you'll grow, and you'll be able to empower others. Choose to get better and better each and every day. This has been Joseph Skoda, over and out. Bye now.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provide.
As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
You have 20 shows a week, live stream.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be seen by your target market for as low as $200 a month.
That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations.
Let us promote and advertise your event, giving your venue the red carpet treatment. This platform allows venues that feature entertainment, singers, bands, DJs, comedy, fashion, corporate events, and family events to be showcased in a new direction that also involves your audiences starts at $200 an hour. We also provides video editing, website builder, commercial video for your business, music videos, photography, provided by our affiliates. As we build our community, we pay it forward. Our nonprofit organization GI Connections is all about giving back to our community. Join us create outreach programs to help our community and live a happy, peaceful, and unity. Let us bring the world to you.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now. We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now.
Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. A lot of you know I'm a GI, government official, whatever it is, GI. government issue is what they used to call it. But being a veteran, we live in a time of uncertainty. Of course we do. A little bit of uncertain about the fuel, the prices of fuel or the prices of food or paying our rent. And due to the pandemic, a lot of people have been unemployed or underemployed. And it caused a little stress, a lot of anxiety, and totally get it, totally get it. Despite we know people are getting sick from COVID, what do you believe? The media is kind of over exaggerating. I do believe that very much. And I'm not really sure about the immunizations or the shots, the vaccines they call it, because every couple months there seems to be a new strand. So that causes a different potential depression because we don't know if we're taking a vaccine, if it's going to work a few months from now. And I can totally get that. I can totally understand. Now, during this time of pandemic or unemployment, a lot of people are just sitting back and kind of letting things happen to them, or kind of letting the government or others tell them how they're supposed to act, what they're supposed to do. Or too many of us are waiting for an employer to call us back with a hopeful potential job opening at least the same pay we made before. And quite frankly, it could be less. Now we know people are waiting for those extra stimulus checks to come in the mail. And quite frankly, those stimulus checks really belong to people who are not working. Now, we also understand, at least last year when people were being unemployed, they were getting a little extra money on top of their unemployment, and in many cases, making more money than they did when they were actually working. So I don't think there's an absolute fair way to get the stimulus money out there, but we have to get it out there and make it as fair as we can across the board. And I'm just talking a little bit about depression. A lot of us are depressed, obviously, like I said, because of the pandemic, not knowing if we're going to have a job tomorrow, and quite frankly, don't know how the economy's going, up or down, and where we stand or where we sit in all of this craziness and chaos in our lives. Now, you and I should know that when there's chaos, it's a land of opportunity. It's a land to find a need that somebody has and fill it. Find a way to get them what they need or what they want to have a more happy, fruitful life. Now, that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about: a plan B, plan C, plan A, plan whatever. What is your backup plan? If you're really sitting back on your couch or playing video games or watching TV and waiting for someone to call you back to work, shame on you. Shame on you. You should be working on a new skill set. There are so many management certificates you could get out there for almost 75% off, or go back to school or trade school, or join Toastmasters, or become a notary, or start your own business. We live, most of us, at least in America, live in a land of opportunity. Land of opportunity. And a lot of us complain because foreigners come in and they seem to have everything handed to them. And in some cases, you're right. There are grants out there for foreigners coming into our country, and they usually get further ahead, but it's not always the grants. It's because they know this is a land of opportunity, and it gives them more options than they did back home where they came from. And they're eager for knowledge, and they're eager to earn, learn, and do more, and sure, help their family along the way, of course. So why do most Americans, I'm going to say most, let's say many, I don't know the exact number, are lazy and waiting for the handouts? Why are we waiting for someone to say, here's a stimulus check, here's an unemployment check, here's, I don't know, a discount on your energy bill? You and I should almost be embarrassed to ask for hand-me-outs and actually accept it. Now, don't get me wrong. Occasionally there are times there's babies along the way, you have to feed the kids, divorce, a death in the family, an illness, sickness, and every one of us needs help from time to time. In fact, myself, I lived in a homeless shelter for 6 months. 6 months after I left the military. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happened, but kind of all my money was gone. Don't want to mention it too much, but after 3 or 4 months, I was comfortable. I was saving a little bit of money, and I could have walked out a couple months earlier, but I chose to stay in that shelter just a little bit longer to ensure I had a nest egg, a little savings account saved up, and I had some of these plan Bs that I was talking about in the works. I actually started entrepreneurship. I started buying and selling things at the local swap meet. And then I started writing resumes and cover letters for people in the shelter who were trying to find jobs. And I went one step above that. Sure, I can write a resume. I can write a pretty good resume. I actually drove a lot of people to their interviews. But despite, here's your resume, and they get called up, a lot of people did not know how to interview, did not know how to be prepared for an interview. So when someone would hire me to write them a resume, I would also do an interview. I'd do a nice interview. Okay, what's your name? Why do you like this job? How can we help you get where you want to get to? That was the nice interview. Other interviews, I'd say, okay, what do you know about our company? Why should I hire you? Why are you better than the other person? What can you do to help me make money? You see, the interview was great on both aspects, and you and I have to be prepared for either one. Now, some interviewers don't know how to interview either, and I've interviewed dozens of people for different things I had going on in my life and my career and my entrepreneurship. And sometimes you have to learn how to let someone go, have to learn how to fire someone. You can do it easily, and hopefully the employee makes it easy for you, or sometimes you have to be stern and strong and say, I warned you, this could happen if you didn't follow the protocol or the game. Here's the whole point of life. Whether you have the job, waiting for a job, have a stimulus check, have a backup plan, have family and loved ones that support whatever you do, you and I have to know how to kind of go with the punches, go with the flow, but learn to relax. We let too many outsiders tell us how to think, how to act, how to feel. You know how to feel. You know what you're feeling right now, or you should. And sometimes we have to shut the TV off and even social media for a while to learn how to breathe again, to learn how to breathe again, to learn how to truly, truly appreciate what's around us. When's the last time you went for a walk in the park with your child or your spouse? When was the last time you went bowling or just sat back and watched the movie or just sat and read a book? And go outside and read the book if you can. Now, we know a lot of people right now are struggling because of bad weather, the winter, freezing pipes. And right now, Texas is getting hit really hard with that, losing power. And during this pandemic, okay, a lot of us have lost power before and even been frozen, but a lot of these people aren't really working, or they're underemployed, not earning the income that they did in years past. So every extra dollar, every time a blackout, every time you lose some food in the refrigerator, or maybe have to force to stay in a hotel, that's sad. That's depression. That's where you and I need to be empathetic for each other. But I'm going to tell you, Time and time again, people come to me with different business opportunities. Hey, want to try this? You want to do that? Hey, you need to go here and bug your friends and family and earn a big income. You and I have opportunity almost every day. Some of it might sound like a little BS, but there are some real opportunity out there. How do we find it? We find someone that has a need. Okay, your food, for instance, you're losing all your food. So who is going to start a food drive to get food for these people? And if you're starting a food drive legitly, and you're starting it to help out hundreds or thousands of people, you can get donations from others to help feed them. That's entrepreneurship. You find a need and you meet it. Like that's how Uber came about, and some of these others delivering food because their needs. And now in the last year or so, people couldn't really go out to restaurants on a regular basis or were forced to eat outside. And now more and more often, not just the delivery from Pizza Hut or any of those other places, but you can call Uber Eats or some of the other ones out there, and they'll bring food from a lot of different restaurants for you. Someone found a need and they filled it, and they're making a good income because of it. How about back when wine tours started? And I happen to live in wine country, San Luis Obispo, California, wine country. We have more wineries in Napa Valley, a lot more than Napa Valley. So wine tours, how much you like to have a couple drinks, but have to drive home, or it's expensive for a taxi, or I don't know where to go. So someone found a need. Hey, hire me, I'll take you to 3 wineries and I'll do all the driving and take you home and live happily ever after. When we can help serve others and take that funk off of us and our own sadness away, we're not as depressed because we're helping someone else. Our needs are being met because money usually flows, or services, or some kind of trade that benefits us. And we're helping other people along the way. There's going to be another chaotic moment next year, another pandemic in the future, another time of uncertainty, as long as we live. But continue to live. You cannot now be sad and depressed and angry at the world. I'm angry about a lot of things too. But darn it, put that smile on and appreciate the things around us. The things around, sure, you might have family around you don't even like. But find something you love about them and let them know. Hey, I like the way you do your hair. You know, we don't always get along, but you make the best biscuits in town. Whatever it is. Find that something. Hey, I struggle with things too, just like everybody else. But I became an entrepreneur. I have additional sources of income coming in. I'm able to help more people because of it. I live okay. Do I want more money? Of course I do. Do I want more time? Of course I do. Do I want to be able to travel around the world any given time or date with who I want to? Of course I do. And I will. And I have before we're staying home and wear a mask, and I will again. You can make that decision also. Don't wait on the stimulus check. Don't wait on the government to tell you how to feel, and don't let someone tell you you're sick and you need to be vaccinated. Are you kidding me? Come on. We have our own brains. We should be more relaxed in this world and not so worried about everything else. If you see something wrong going on, really wrong, come on, I mean really wrong. Someone walking down the street without a mask, that's not really wrong. Someone doing a criminal activity, that's wrong. You and I are obligated to point that out. We have to. In our own communities, we see a neighbor breaking into someone's car, even if we know that person, it's not okay. It's never okay to do theft or damage to someone else's property. It's not. I understand the eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You did me wrong, I'm gonna do you. We get that. But if we give the respect to our authorities, to our policemen and women and the service members, and let them do their jobs and not get in the way and do what we're supposed to do the right thing, it usually falls into place. Usually things come together. Now, there's a time you and I are going to have to step up and do what's right despite what's going on around us. But in the meantime, let the people that we hire to do those jobs do those jobs. It's not a perfect world we live in. We have bad people around us. We have a lot more good people around us. And we got some people, they don't even know if they're bad or good. Because sometimes when you turn someone in, you feel bad inside. Oh, no, I should have done that. That's my neighbor Mary's son. And 3 strikes are out, whatever it is. But if you and I don't stand up for something, let people know, hey, knucklehead, I'm going to turn you in. I'm warning you, right? I'm going to turn you in because it's wrong what you're doing. You can be an entrepreneur legitimately, whatever, the correct way, being honest, doing the right things. You don't steal from others. You don't cheat others. You and I have to have integrity. When we have integrity and respect for other people, it's a little more peaceful in our own lives. Anyways, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. I appreciate you. Do what's right. Find a way to relax. Have that nest egg put away. And please, 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 I beg you, don't rely on someone bailing you out or giving you a handout. We need that sometimes, but don't let that be your way of life. Please don't. You're setting a bad example for your own children and your neighbors around you. There's a time and place where we do need extra help, and we know there are people that need ongoing help. Totally get that. Illnesses, sickness, elderly, totally understand that. But the majority of us can do just something a little bit more. God bless you. God bless America. Make the world count. You need a coach or mentor or want to get out there and give your own story? josephskoda.com. You know how to find me. Have a great day. Bye. If you liked our show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.